civil war for the soul of a nation. This is a struggle to save civilization. Demonstrations overthrowing the occupation, the annihilation of mental colonization. Civil war for the soul of a nation. We fight for the future of our civilization. Destroy the corrupt government organizations trying to survive cultural assassination.
Listen, our hearts were torn apart just like y'all was. Watching towers full of souls fall to sawdust. Every time we called your office, you ignored us. Now you're holding hearings on us all inside of Congress. Microscopes on us, asking which your hardest. My answer was in line with all of the founding fathers. I think Patrick said it best, give me liberty or death. I shall never accept anything less. You claim innocence, you play victimless, but you gave the kiss of death in the name of self-defense. Slavery and theft of other nations to the end of pacifying your citizenry with excess. We believe in freedom, justice, security, but they're only pure when they're applied universally. So certainly if I rage against the machine, my aim was only to clean the germs out of the circuitry. Urgently putting fear inside your heart, make you burn Qurans and tell me not to build a mosque. Me, my wife and babies, we ain't never made you hard. We just wanna touch our head to the floor and talk to God. Ask him to remove every blemish from our heart. The greatest threat of harm doesn't come from any bomb. The moment you refuse the human rights for just a few, what happens when that few includes you?
Permanent page right here over at All News Pipeline. And you know, if people think that I'm fear-mongering or warmongering, let's take a look what the government's doing. I want you to take a look at the headlines. I want to see how many of you can put 2 and 2 together. And then seriously, I want to know how many of you out there, well, I'll just say it, know about colonizing space. Because we have already colonized space. This is part of the whole plan. Everything ties together. Now, what's happening here? I think it says it in the Bible. What's gonna happen here is they plan to start chaos and martial law, take guns and enslave people in concentration camps, just like the Nazis did. This is a fact. They admit to this. It's in their writings that they've published for hundreds of years. And after that, they are going to pull the biggest deception of all and fake the returning of Christ. Either that, or they're going to finally introduce to everybody that there are extraterrestrials and they've been here for a long time, which would be completely meaningless unless they were to say, you know, hey, we're from outer space, we're here to help you, we're your space brothers. When in fact, these aren't aliens. These are demons. All this stuff is fact. David Rockefeller alone has put, I think, like $25 billion into this. So, you know, I don't think it's hooey. I want to see some fear mongering. Oh, let me finish this though. So they're gonna fake the returning of Christ and introduce that, you know, they're the new race. Well, not the new race, but that they're us in the future. And what these really are the fallen angels. And so then what they plan on doing is somehow solving everything. You know, they come up with an answer. Well, government's got the answer. Everybody falls in line under one world religion, one world government, and that's it. And God's gotta destroy the fucking planet. And this is the last go around, 7th stage. So, no more resurrections after this. Take a look at some of the headlines. Just see where they take us. Peter Schiff. We have entered very dangerous territory. Warns on America's last chance. More proof global trade is absolutely imploding. NSA chief warns black energy attack on U.S. power grid a matter of when, not if. Lights out scenario not a myth but a coming reality. EMP. The gathering global storm. Will a Chinese takeover of America lead to martial law in the U.S.? Bombshell revelation ignored by MSM as Sheriff and Border Patrol detail outright treason against America by the Obama administration. Will Black Lives Matter team up with ISIS to try to stop the Republican convention? Preparing for the worst natural disaster in history. How everyone in America may be impacted when the Cascadia subduction zone rips apart. That's pretty much the scenario where California falls in the ocean. Which is very possible. That it'll be split right in half. All the way up through Oregon, bottom of Washington, and yeah. Completely out of control. Riots, sex attacks, and now schools ban sausages, ham, and other pork products to avoid controversy. Everything could change in one moment. North Korean nuclear threat over full... Oh, here we fucking go again with North Korea and their nuclear threat. Folks, North Korea? Fucking Wile E. Coyote? You think they're gonna get a fucking missile over the fucking Pacific Ocean to our country? They couldn't if we fucking left it wide open for them. They'd have to literally walk the fucking bomb here. More fear-mongering. Here's a good one. Yeah, we'll get to it because there's a couple of them. Completely out of control, yeah. Alternate reality, central banks considered a nuclear option. I'm fucking telling you now. I've never been more sure of it in my life. They're going to explode nuclear weapons in this country. And it's going to be more than one. At a time. They're going to give this country the fucking death blow. Not, you know, boom, boom, little attack over here, little attack over there. No, it's going to be boom! In 10 fucking places at once. Shit, I remember 9/11. How people were shitting their pants. Just a building. Imagine a fucking nuclear weapon. By the way, which one already went off a few months ago off the coast of South Carolina, and you can Google that. Thank God for patriots. Everybody wants to be a patriot, so it's time to do patriot shit. Okay. From mayhem to Naham. A warning to an American rioting over pink shoes and an America that needs therapy over Donald Trump. The FEMA camps are ready and waiting for you. Yes, they are. And Donald Trump is no fucking different. 3 celestial events in one day. Solar eclipse, supermoon, and asteroid. I like Judge Jeanine. I think I'll take a look at that in a minute. Judge Jeanine shreds Romney and party elite in epic opening statement. Seeing is believing about that Glenn Beck, the stabbing just wouldn't stop quote. And Alex Jones, once again, destroys another piece of shit who should be fucking hung. The fucking years of misinformation and the lying. The fucking guy works for the CIA or the FBI, one of them. He has lots of people in there. Buck Sexton. Let's go and look him up. Buck Sexton. Matter of fact, you don't have to look far because Fox News and Glenn Beck admitted it right on his website. And he's a CIA agent working for a special department. This summer they're going for broke. I'm telling you, folks. Now, this is very good. Seeing is believing. Okay, we did that. Presidential primaries and caucuses. And today, multiple states weigh in. And I can't wait to see where that's going after what Mississippi's moronic state did. Blah, blah, blah. Jonathan Chait from New York Magazine offers bounty for Donald Trump. How come the Secret Service ain't all over his ass? Folks, conjure this one. The president, once you become president, you're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to do a lot of things. As a matter of fact, you don't do a fucking thing unless the Secret Service tells you to. Who runs this country again? Fucking bodyguards or the president? Do I have to remind you who shot President Reagan? And probably JFK. If you folks didn't know, it's official. The shots that were shot at JFK were fired from the sewer drains. Pretty crafty. The revolution has begun in America, and the establishment is crashing, crumbling, and burning. We should all be prepared for a major 11th hour false flag attack. You bet your ass. And folks, leave the urban areas. Get right with God. Mitt Romney endorses Donald Trump before selling his soul to the devil. If you look up in Google or go to YouTube and Google demons at the White House, people, I think it was either at the end of Bush's term or at the beginning of one of Obama's. A lot of people said that they smelled like really, really bad in the White House. Like death. And there's also fucking mice and fucking rodents like that running around everywhere. Folks, do you know the White House belongs to you, the people, right? know when they put that fence up around the White House? It was when some Sons of Liberty got word of a government coup and decided to take matters into their own hands, and they decided to answer with a steel fence. Nonetheless, no steel fences gonna save them this time. You folks better get ready for fucking Judgment Day, because this country deserves it for the fucking war crimes that it's let its presidents and leaders commit, and for you not standing up and doing a fucking thing and speaking out about it, killing innocent fucking women, children, men all over the damn world in over 180 countries. Congratulations, United States of America. You had reached the tipping point and are at the level of the Roman Empire. We're right here, going over the edge. And the fucking people are pushing the ship. Right fucking over. Right fucking over the edge. Listen, you fucking schmucks. Everybody out there who is planning on voting for anybody, let me warn you of this. There's a lot of us out there, like me, so I'm speaking for a lot of patriots right now. Anybody who votes for those people, anybody who votes, should be boiled in oil. I don't care how fucking smart you are. Apparently, your 180 IQ or whatever the fuck you got is nothing compared to my 120. I don't fucking know. Maybe I got a 60. So, for you guys, no matter how much of the facts come out and are shoved right in your face, you're just gonna still elect, right? Even though, and anybody that wants to challenge this fucking guy on the Constitution, you're gonna get fucking steamrolled. Half of those fucking people up there aren't even eligible for president. Do your fucking elementary work. How about, you know, all this screaming and yelling and, you know, red flag, Donald Trump, don't fucking vote for him. I tell you, Hillary already won the fucking race. The Clintons already, man. Folks, Bill Clinton was chosen to be president in 1986. I could go on with stories like that. And there's proof of it. There's also proof that, you know, Jimmy Carter wasn't even a fucking president. He wasn't. I mean, literally. He was a fucking clone. You want to debate me on those ones? I'm looking for a debate. I'm looking for one. Especially with you stupid fucking minions out there who are a major. I want you to hear me, okay? Everybody whose name starts with a K. You know who you are. And trust me, if this continues, you will be called out. I don't get it. You follow these fucking people more than I do. What the fuck are you missing? It's all in their fucking books. So you read everything in their books and you believe it, except for this part? I've talked to people who said they know that the voting's rigged and the government's corrupt. Well, what the fuck are you voting for? Let's see what a federal judge does for your fucking pussy. Judge Jeanine PIRRO's opening statement. And you know what? I don't even want to read the fucking thing. Because it'll take away from her. However, she did. She gave him a pretty good shellacking. And then Glenn Beck is talking about how everyone at Fox News is stabbing each other in the back. What's the matter, Glenn? People starting to tell the truth? Glenn Beck, one of the biggest fucking piece of shits in history. Certainly in news history. Again, fucking steamrolled by Alex Jones and InfoWars. How could you fucking people still watch these guys? You can tell just by watching who is fucking pure. I can tell you right now, nobody at CNN and nobody at MSNBC are fucking pure in anything. Except maybe a piece of shit. Now Fox, at least they got some fucking Americans. You ever wonder, or did you even know, that 95% of the fucking reporters at Fox News are lawyers, prosecutors, district attorneys, all women, I don't know, blonde? I am fucking warning you people. Listen, nobody has studied this as much as me. Nobody. Not fucking Mr. Magoo. Not the professor on Gilligan's Island. Nobody. Do you folks know about history repeating itself? Can you tell me why it's about to repeat itself again? And you know it, and you're letting it happen? I would call that heresy. Again, with the boiled in oil thing. When shit goes down, everybody, and you know who you are out there, everybody that acts like they're for the Constitution, but are really fucking communist in sheep's clothing, come 10 feet from me, you're gonna be looking like Swiss cheese. I fucking had it with you people. You people are the major problem in this country of why we can't get shit done. Bright, educated, fucking top of the line people like you. The only thing I can think of is water fluoridation poisoning and chemtrail poisoning. Go and look up what it does to the brain, to the IQ. I'm sorry that's happened to you. It's happening to all of us. And pretty soon all of us will be just as fucking moronically dumb as you. If you know better, why are you doing it? If you know voting for the lesser evil is still voting for evil, then why are you doing it? If you know that we have a 3-party system and not a fucking 2-party system, why are you voting? Before I even finish that, where did this fucking democracy thing come from? People keep fucking mentioning it left and right. What fucking country are you talking about? We're a constitutional republic, you moron. Democracy? Who the fuck said anything about that? When? Where? 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 Oh yeah. You might, all you folks voting, you might want to go and take a little look through this. Maybe, I don't know, go up and look up the qualifications for president. I could read that fucking book in my sleep. Backwards. How much of that book do you know? I'm warning everyone out there voting. There's no more voting. There's no more voting. Voting was over in this country a long fucking time ago. You do know they've been changing laws and our constitution and a bunch of other shit since the fucking 20s, don't ya? Little by little, one here, one there, and the next thing you know, there's a big one gone right out of the middle. And you could care less. There's a couple other things in here you might want to go and read. For instance, the part about, did you folks know that there's only one crime that is even mentioned in the Constitution? Just one. You know what that is? High treason. And you know what? There's only one penalty for it. It's no, 25 to life. Yeah, you might get up. No, there's one punishment for it, and it's fucking death. You want to fucking join? If you want a fucking communist country, if you want any other country other than this one, you're in the wrong place. And I'm going to tell you right now, people attacking patriots without looking up what they are talking about, and they don't have a fucking clue what's going on. You are siding with the enemy, asswipe. You do realize we are fighting against terrorist assholes from around the globe, right? I'm fucking telling you right now, and it's a fucking threat. Any of you fucking minions planning on ruining this fucking country by going to vote by one of these fucking schmucks who all have the same damn agenda in mind, just a different fucking plan of getting there, you're gonna be fucking dealt with, and you're gonna be dealt with swiftly. The first to go. I'm fucking embarrassed and disgusted and all the fucking words above that in you, my fellow American. Lick my fucking asshole. Take a walk to North Korea, you schmuck.
Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine PIRRO. Thanks for being with us tonight. There's an insurrection coming. Mitt Romney just confirmed it. We've watched governors, the National Review, conservative leaders, establishment and party operatives trash Donald Trump. But Mitt Romney will always be remembered as the one who put us over the edge and awoke a sleeping giant, the silent majority, the American people. Fact, the establishment is panicked. Mitt essentially called for a brokered convention where the Republican nominee will be selected by party activists and delegates, irrespective of their state's choice. The call? To vote for whomever has the best chance of beating Donald Trump. You want a brokered convention? A primer, Mitt. Whenever we have one, we lose. Dewey and Ford emerged from a brokered convention to lose the general election. So why? Because the party elites and elders want to protect us and stop us from falling into the abyss? Mitt, I'm sure you and your cronies don't feel this, but most of us working 2 and 3 jobs think we're already in the abyss. The Obama abyss. and most of us scared about our safety and security. And you want to prevent us from falling into a recession? We don't believe any of you. That's why outsiders are so strong in both parties, while the insiders seek a brokered convention or superdelegates to guarantee their own positions. You're panicked, not for us, but because you're worried about losing power. The lobbyists, the pharmaceutical companies, the power brokers, the lawmakers who are willing to invest in absurd pensions our children can't possibly pay for their own short-term political survival. We are sick and tired of legislators with modest means who leave Congress multi-millionaires whose spouses and families get all the contracts, from selling the post offices to accessing insider information so they can buy property and flip it. You're so entrenched that you're willing to give Hillary Clinton a win. It doesn't matter to you which party. Crony capitalism and its paradigm will not change for the elite. Let the American people suffer along the way. You know, Mitt, if you're so concerned about our country, where were you when Barack Obama lied to us, saying we could keep our health care and our doctor? Where were you when the GSA wasted millions of our dollars for stupid conferences? When the military suffered as the VA was run like a piggy bank for corrupt employees? When the IRS went after conservative 501c3 applicants while the Clinton Foundation runs one of the biggest 501c3s in the world, which strikes me as a money laundering organized criminal enterprise parading as nothing more than a shell to pay campaigners and Clinton operatives to secure Hillary's election? And you say you're offended by Donald Trump's language? Politicians have been trashing each other since the founding fathers. Language so horrible, Mitt, I can't even repeat on the air. You're so offended by Trump's language, but not Barack Obama's condemnation of those who cling to God and guns. And you're worried about Donald Trump's businesses? You, Mitt, were a corporate raider who threw people out of work and sent jobs out of our country. And you don't like Donald's temperament and judgment? You couldn't even stand up to CNN's Candy Crowley. You couldn't even get elected when the nation was ripe for a Republican president. And 70 foreign policy security experts say, quote, Mr. Trump's own statements lead us to conclude that as president, he would use the authority of his office to act in ways that would make America less safe and diminish our standing in the world. Are those bozos talking about Barack Obama? And they go on to say that he poses a distinct threat to civil liberties in the United States. Really? I'm worried about the civil liberties of Americans who've had their heads cut off and those killed in workplace violence. Did you criticize that? No. And you want us to vote for Rubio? Why? What has he done, aside from having one of the largest absentee voting records in the history of the U.S. Senate? And you complain about Trump University. Mitt, mind explaining your connection to Full Sail University, which knew how to, quote, hold down the cost of their education when in truth it was one of the most expensive colleges in America, when the owners were top donors to you through Solomir Capital? Remember? You were an original investor there. And how about Vandertot College, where Ferguson's Michael Brown was about to attend and your pals were about to cash his federal financial loan? Your namby-pamby reason that you won't support Donald Trump even if he's the party's nominee? You worry what you'll tell your grandchildren when they ask, why, Grandpa, didn't you stop Donald Trump? Well, maybe you ought to worry about when they ask about your loss to Barack Obama. What are you going to tell them? Will you tell them that you choked? And I don't care if he supported Democrats, Republicans, or Martians. He was a businessman. And I don't care if he said Putin was a strong leader he could get along with. Hell, Hillary Clinton hit a reset button with Russia. And you're worried about Putin when Barack Obama dances with the devil in Iran? Mitt, I never knew you were such a patriot. And you say Donald's arrogant. He says things that you don't. but things that you think. Your acts are more arrogant than his words. And Mitt, you lost your own state, Massachusetts, which was the second worst home state loss in presidential election history. And Trump won 49% of Massachusetts. Donald Trump is bringing in record numbers of Americans. He's doing more to add to our ranks than any of your anemic get-out-the-vote operations. Yes, there's an insurrection coming. We're fed up. We're sick of the lies, the veils, and the games you talk about immigration, yet no one has done anything since the last amnesty in 1986. While we continue to pay for education, medication, housing, while families like Kate Steinle's, murdered by an illegal deported 5 times, convicted 7 times, suffer behind backdoor budget hearings. You continue to fund sanctuary cities that thumb their noses at American victims. You talk about overspending in the government and the deficit. It's only gotten bigger. You take our money in the form of taxes, waste it away while you feather your own nest. From Bob Dole to John McCain to you, Mitt Romney, and almost another Bush. The party elite cannot win. Don't be small, Mitt. Remember our history. Remember when we were fed up with a monarchy? Be careful. Be very, very careful. Do not disrespect the man who makes sense to us, because when you disrespect him, you disrespect the will of the American people.